To schedule a free consultation
There you go
and to
again.
see what you've been missing, call 877-TLC-2020. That's 877-TLC-2020, or find TLC online at their new web address, tlcvision.com.
Yeah.
Now through October 11th, TLC is donating $5 to the OGS Foundation for every completed laser vision correction consultation. And please be sure to tell them that you heard about it at TLC on the Mike O'Mara Show, TLC Laser Eye Center. I was sitting in the office with the doctor, and I was saying, I can't wait to do this commercial for you on Monday, because I'm going to tell my listeners how honest it is. If you flirted with it, but you're worried, and believe me, a lot of people, if you're worried like a lot of people are, I'm not going to go and get a consultation because I think that they might strongly. No, nothing could be further from the truth. And even if you're the perfect candidate, no one's going to pressure you to do anything you don't want to do. But do it, because they're the best. And wow, what an office guy.
Yeah.
I wish we had
Amazing.
an office like that.
Nice,
I
isn't
swear
it?
to God, their office was
What
dreamy.
do we
Just
need
like everybody in there.
Well, we need to just vacuum.
super dreamy.
If we vacuumed, would it help? Something?
Anything.
What's the first step?
Anything would help.
Anything would help this room.
You're right. Little Windex.
I'm having a Monday.
I couldn't tell.
I'm having a Monday.
Why is
No,
it?
it's just,
Do you know why? Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
It's because it's Monday.
If I really got going, you wouldn't want me to
Okay.
do it.
Oh, really?
Let's move on.
Was it one of those
Wouldn't want
Mondays that when you wake up, you say, "Oh, I can't believe it's Monday because a great weekend is over"?
It's just no. I had a great weekend. It's just great. It's just what it is.
Yeah, just various.
I feel like we took a giant step backwards.
Various
today. I don't know
things.
what it is.
Really?
Just a combination.
We
of
as
things.
Anyway,
Is it
no, I'm
because I'm here?
no,
Mike?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we have an old friend is here
my
today.
It's
my
good. No,
God.
it's good to see you.
Yeah.
On the show today.
Thanks, Mike.
On the show today.
Yes. What's on the show today?
My gay day at the mall.
Oh,
Really?
I had, not that there's anything wrong with that, as I preface it all the time, but I will tell you, I had a very gay day at the mall, and only because of one thing that happened, and I was completely surprised, and I'll explain it to
You
you.
with the probing?
I feel like he looks like he's been probed.
That was Saturday. Sunday, Jimmy had a Jimmy day at Jimmy's.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about that.
You
and
guys
a
know how-
heartbreaking day for the Bills.
heartbreking day for the Bills,
Yeah.
which is when Jimmy took over.
oh,
Jimmy is a caregiver. I'm going to start with that.
Okay, good.
Arnold on 60 Minutes. Do we all get a chance to take a peek?
Yes.
Let me see. Reno Bands. Major announcement for our Reno Bands.
Narrowed down.
And a new modification on my motorcycle. We got Rob at King's Dominion. We got Oscar with his mom.
Jabril cheated death, Mike.
We're not going to
Oh,
be
my
able to get
goodness.
to everything today. And TV, I'm behind. No Dexter for me. No Boardwalk Empire.
Oh,
no Homeland.
no.
I missed a
None
lot
of
of
them.
stuff, too.
Z'd
Dexter,
out. I had
10.
too much with it.
A
Was
10.
Dexter a 10?
10.
I just love it. I got so much TV to watch.
I haven't seen Dexter yet. I wasn't able to watch
He
it last
dies.
night. I did watch 666 Park Avenue, and it was amazingly
Really?
good. Yeah, it was
It's
almost
like a
almost-
soap opera,
No,
right?
no, not at
Oh,
all.
that's the devil
No, it's
one.
more like American Horror Story.
Okay,
And
good.
I was really impressed.
And then Mike
I can't
said,
wait to go back.
That's the devil one.
Devil one.
That's the
right.
devil show.
That's right.
But I start today with this.
Okay.
There's been a lot of media coverage of the movie season that it's going to be one of the better movie seasons that we've had.
Yes.
And I'm seeing trailers out the wazoo
every break.
for really what would appear to be potentially good movies.
Blockbusters,
There's
Mike.
a lot of cool stuff out there, and I'm here to say I need a movie buddy.
Oh, I'll go with you.
Will you be my movie
Yeah.
buddy?
And when he can't, I will too.
Okay,
Yeah.
and maybe the three of us
maybe
go?
so, sure.
I need movie buddies.
You need to
Carla
go-
won't go
you
to
need
the
to go.
movies with me.
and we never find time in our life, but I have time during the day, so yeah, let's
Let's
do
go
that.
to the movie.
Oh, I can't do during the day.
Oh. Well, I'll be your daytime
Speak out.
movie buddy.
You be
He can
daytime
be your
movie buddy?
nighttime
Hey, you
date.
know what'd be great? If you ever need to go to a movie at like 10:30 on a Saturday in the District of Columbia in the evening, he's your guy.
No. 9:30.
9:30.
9:30 at night?
Yes.
That's the cool time
It's
now?
the best showing.
It's
No,
the
no.
How is it the best showing?
What about
He might be right.
seriously?
I think he is.
And I think he might be.
All the
mocking me.
teenagers are out of here.
And the
When you
kids are
get out of
gone.
work,
Yeah.
what about if you went to the show right across from your office?
I could walk to that theater.
Yeah, what if you went like it? When you were done with work?
Yeah, you know what? I've got a busy schedule, but I would say that
Ooh, snap.
I would say that Wednesdays would be my best night. If
Okay,
you can do
so Wednesday
Wednesdays,
evening?
Yes.
Movie buddy?
We could actually go to a movie every Wednesday evening.
Oh,
Have
wow.
you seen? I would do that.
Mike
Yeah.
O'Mara's Wednesday Evening Cinema Club.
Now,
Yeah.
Carla wants me to get into. Are you ready for this?
yeah.
Yes.
a bowling league.
Yeah.
Well, now, what brought that up?
I think that's fantastic.
I'm preparing because of weight knot and diversions.
Exercise?
I am preparing for not exercise,
okay.
just diversions.
No, you're better
And
than that.
one of the issues, bowling league.
Bowling's fun. Come
Better
on.
than
I do love bowling.
You're better than that.
What do you mean I'm better than that?
You're Mike O'Mara.
But I'm not the same Mike O'Mara I used to be.
Bowling is perfect for the not
My
all
time
in
used to be.
athlete.
I would be content with 2.5 bottles of wine with my wife Monday through Friday, plunging deeper into alcohol.
So now you're gonna.
And does that split up in 2 for one person and a half for another? What's the division?
You know, they're varying combinations,
I know,
Rob.
yeah.
They're varying combinations. Sometimes it's mix and match. Sometimes, she skews a little heavier. Sometimes I do.
That's what makes you a great team.
Are you trading up for 60 frames and 10 pitchers?
No, I'm just saying she's interested, and I think it might be fun. I like to bowl.
is
Remember
fun.
we had the bowling
Yes,
league?
I
I
do
always
fondly.
loved bowling, and I
I
take the
loved
kids
it
out
too.
bowling a few times a year. I still have my bowl.
I'm a hypocrite.
Ball
I'm a
shoes?
complete hypocrite.
Because you bowl?
No, because Shannon signed me up for this pottery class at some college every Thursday night, and I got 10 weeks of that.
See, we're getting
Oh
into the
my
fall
God.
where
My
we're all
father
trying.
loved pottery. Did it for years.
We're all trying to lay out our diversions. We're trying to get it done. We're trying to get her done.
I got rope-a-doped.
Wednesday movie night
I'll do Wednesday movie night.
and daytime movies with
Sure,
you.
absolutely.
Yes.
What's a good day for you?
Well, any day. I mean, it varies, but like today
Okay.
is a good day.
All right.
It's a great day.
Have you seen either one of you seen the police movie with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Night of Watch.
End of Watch.
End of Watch.
No,
yes.
but I'd be up for that.
That one I'd like to see. It's kind of a guy's flick.
I'd also like to
Supposedly
see
good.
Looper, but I know you're not interested in it. But the more previews I see, the better that looks.
Time travel, baby.
Looper?
Yeah, with Bruce Willis and
No, but I mean it's
three
like,
name guy.
If you're a movie buddy,
Joseph
it's
Gordon-Levitt.
the same as anything. If it's a movie, we don't go to all the movies I want to see.
right.
We go to some of the movies you want to see.
And if,
In the
if we
Mike-
don't like it, we walk.
I
In
will
the
go
Mike O'Mara
see-
Cinema Club, do you take turns choosing the movie every other week?
No, we just base it on what's out there.
It's not.
We're going to agree a lot of times.
How about Wednesday, End of Watch?
Okay, that works.
And how about
Looper.
In the next 3 weeks, Looper.
Okay. All right.
4 weeks.
Let me circle my entire calendar.
I want you to hold open the next 20 weekday afternoons, please.
Now, Looper. How about this? Now,
no,
see,
how
this is
about
what you
this?
do. You just go because Looper is just—it's the Bruce Willis thing. How about the one with?
They say it's Bruce Willis's best acting ever.
Really?
Yes.
He's a good actor.
How about the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman and
I like everything he does. Sure.
really?
Absolutely.
And Joaquin Phoenix. That.
Yep.
But you know what? I read some reviews on that weren't that good. Anyway,
Really?
I digress.
Well, we'll see.
Moving right along.
Yeah.
We'll research it.
Bowling.
Pottery.
I will keep you posted. I would be not a. I like any kind of athletic competition.
Question:
mean-
would you be put in with other people you don't know, or would you have to form a 4 or 5 person team?
Oh,
That's
good
a
question.
very,
Wow.
very good question, Rob.
Uh-oh.
Let's find.
Mike's going to
Yeah, you're only as good as your
going to call
teammates.
his coach.
Yeah, you know what? You could go. You could meet some people in your movie club and see if they like to bowl.
I'm gonna press.
Oscar likes
I
to
do
bowl
like to-
midnight on odd number Thursdays
With
I'm
glow
gonna-
in the
in
dark-
Baltimore.
glow in the dark
Wednesday.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
press
lots
her
of
on
meth.
this and see what happens. See what. See
Do
how-
you think
see how
that maybe
serious
she
she
doesn't
is.
really mean it? Maybe she just threw it out there to see if you would, give in.
She means it.
She
She's
means
into
it.
What if it's just you and all her girlfriends? Oh.
Hey, darling. How are you? I have a question for you.
Good.
We're on
Yeah.
the show.
We were talking about bowling, right?
About what?
Bowling,
Yeah.
the bowling league. The boys have some questions about the bowling league. Would we be thrown in with some with strangers?
Randos.
No, we can make up our own league. We can join like a double where it just be 2 people, or we can do mixed, where it's women and men, or you can do like an all men group or an all women group. They have all different kind of choices. I don't know what they are. I'd have to go up there and check. And they start at different times.
What are you most comfortable doing? The couples league?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a couples league. It can be anybody. Obviously me and you, and then anybody else that wanted to join. I guess the main purpose is to find out how many people want to join, and then we got to get into a
He's
league
in
where we have
Tampa,
that many
Florida. He
people.
can't join.
Bowl
He'd fly.
remotely.
He'd fly up for it.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes,
Hi,
he would.
Carla.
RJ's in the studio today.
Can't you tell?
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Anyway, so
Thanks, Rob.
we'll get right on that then.
Okay, I will.
I'll be with you. I'm with you on that one. And incidentally, Oscar and I might have a movie day date on Wednesday evenings, and Buzz and I might have a movie day once a week
During the day.
during a daytime movie day,
Okay, cool.
mutually arranged for. And it'll probably for both of them. It'll probably be. I'll do it once with them each month.
That sounds good. I'm
So if you ever say I'm going to the movies,
Right.
we're going to be doing that. All right?
Okay, all right.
Okay, is that okay with you?
Yeah, of course.
But you wanted to see what, Argo? You wanted to see that one, right?
I think so. I'm not sure. What's that about?
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
We'd
Doesn't
have to
she
check.
hate the movies?
She hates the movie. Bye. Have a good day.
I'm Mike. I got the impression that when you called her, she had no recollection of ever mentioning bowling to you ever. Like maybe it was a 2.5 bottle night.
Look, she spends time with her mother, and then when
Sure.
she hears me, she hears from me, she hears this. That's what
You know,
it is.
you put the mother on the bowling team, you've got almost a whole team.
I love spending
Wow.
time with Linda. I love having cocktails with Linda,
fun.
so that would be no problem with me at all. So anyway, that's the bowling. I want to just tell you about the weekend briefly, which
James?
was my day at the mall.
Oh, your mall. again.
Yes, I had a wonderful gift certificate at a very expensive store that I had to burn up. And I went to the store and I bought Carla something and me something. I will not go into detail, but when I bought it, I'm sorry, I won't. And
Can you at least tell us which mall
I
this store
love
is at?
detail.
this was at the Rich Mall. This was at the Rich Person.
Oh.
This was at the Galleria.
They still let you in there?
So yeah, I feel so intimidated though. I used this
Yeah.
this gift certificate that a friend got me at a very, very expensive store, Saks.
Yes.
And I'm a fish out of water in this store.
Sure.
I was a fish out of water when I made money in this store.
Right.
I wouldn't go into these stores when I am intimidated by high end retail like nobody's
The
business.
Galleria is so she that I one time took my kids to see Santa Claus there, and they were declined.
He turned away.
He said, no
Well,
toys for you.
You go in, but I found what I needed for Carla, and then I found something for me, and then the next day,
Is it your shirt?
No, I got a watch.
Oh, did you?
I got a watch.
Is it that one?
Nice.
I got a watch.
It's pretty.
And but I took the first watch back because Carla didn't like it, and it didn't run that well.
It's not unusual.
And so I took
And
it
it
back.
was hard to bowl with it.
So the day I took it, I'm a man of many tastes.
You
John.
are.
I'm all over the lot.
Manassas Bowling League, Saks Fifth Avenue.
Saks Fifth
I'm
Avenue
an assist and I'm
jewelry.
sitting in Saks Fifth Avenue. It's not right.
Renaissance
right.
man.
I don't feel comfortable.
I'm
and,
confused and I'm sitting in it.
And I went
Surrounds
into
you.
to take it back, and it was a bit of a procedure.
Of course.
Because you're returning something on a gift certificate.
Yeah.
So
Was it
they're
the
looking
guy
at you
when,
like you're-
when you went to return
No.
it and you tapped him on the shoulder? You said, "Excuse me, can you help me return this watch?" And he said, "Yes."
No, it was a young lady.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Low
So I
IQ,
didn't mind the process at
huge
all.
boobs.
You know, a lot of things like, let me think. I'm like, take your time.
Yes.
So
Can I see that watch on the bottom shelf?
So I got done, and I really Carla was running a 5K with her mom, and I
I'm
wasn't.
surprised I didn't see her there.
And so I just had the day, and I just was bored, and so I'm walking around the mall. And I see that in the corner of this rich person's shishi mall, they have a fashion show set up. And I walked by once, and then I walked by twice. I'm like, and they say 10 minutes there's going to be a fashion show. I said, it's open to the public.
Yeah.
It's wide open. I said,
I'm allowed.
I've never been to a fashion show. I said, you know
Check
what?
out the
Unless you're
runway.
participating.
I said, I can burn 20 minutes watching models.
Babes, sure.
They're a
Why
hell of a
not?
lot other way. Take a load off my feet. My feet hurt a little bit. I felt like getting out. So I said it'd be cool. So I swing around, and they're soliciting people to just fill the seats.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They
Because
want
it's
a
in a
crowd.
mall, right?
Right.
So they're soliciting people. Say, would you like to see the collection? And I'm like, and then the collection sounded like a disease.
Oh.
What was it? SARS.
Oh,
SARS.
really? That's no
Sounds
good.
like-
SARS.
That-
So
That is
or
a
something like
disease.
that. I
Yeah,
think that
right.
was the name of the
It could
collection.
be both.
But I'm like, well, I'd like to. So, why don't you come back in 5 minutes and do a little shopping, and then we'll be. I said, I'd be glad to.
Perfect.
Wow.
So I went in. I have my totally gay day is shaking loose.
Do they still have all the high-end automobiles within the mall? Within the mall.
No, I didn't see any
Didn't see any
automobiles.
cars.
At one
Because
point,
they really used up a lot of space for this runway.
yeah, at one point, I would say 4 months ago, They had like 2 Lamborghinis,
Yep.
2
Yeah.
Ferraris, and a Tesla Roadster. Just
Richie
sitting,
Rich
just
Rich.
sitting there,
Depressing.
like sitting there. Well, look, you
Haunting
walk
you.
through and you see a Toyota, and you walk around with your parents, as I would when I was younger.
Right.
Be like, oh, that's a new Toyota.
It's so-
I can't imagine walking through that mall and then being there with your dad and be like, that's the new Ferrari.
Did you know that
So depressing.
up until calendar year 2007, that car parked in the mall was Mike's parking spot?
It was so depressing to walk through here because you see this stuff, but I sit down. I'll do this. Come back 5 minutes. I went into this store that I don't even remember the name of it, but it should have been named Lawyers who wear bow ties during the week, casual clothing on the weekend.
I hate that.
It was all that like light blues and those
pastels,
pinks
baby.
and the white corduroys and things like that. Sweater tied around the neck. Just
yeah.
a look that I didn't even belong. You've got the Harley shop where I could do most of my shopping, and then you've got this store on the far end.
I know that place.
Nothing in between.
What
It's
If
called
we were-
Tucker Carlson's.
Tucker Carlson's.
That's the name of
That's
it.
what they should have named
Yeah.
it. Tucker Carlson's.
Bushwood.
Or would you like to see? We've got some very nice short pants here from the George Will collection.
Short pants and hard shoes.
Check this out over here. And would you like one of these John McLaughlin picnic baskets? That's what the effing store. That's what the store looks like. So I get done with that, go into a high-end kitchen store where everything, the stuff you can see at Target and Walmart is marked up like 50%.
I'm sorry, this cast iron frying pan costs $6,000.
Right. And so I got done with it, and I finally, so I sit down, and I'm like, cool. There are not a lot of people here, and there are these models that are walking around all
Front
over
row?
the place. No, I sit in the back row.
Good boy.
No.
Just like when you go to church.
Exactly. Quick exit. And so you see models that are coming in to sit down. I'm like, okay, this is good.
Now it's starting.
They sit down, they bring the music up, and the announcer comes on, and the announcer says, "Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Galleria. And we are just about to start our fashion show for the SARS men's collection." Oh,
Ruined.
Oh, that's no good.
Yes.
I am trapped.
Total buzzkill.
This is wrong for me on so many fucking levels.
Hey,
I can't even begin to tell
It's
you.
wrong on a
I'm
lot of
sitting.
levels.
Yeah, it's just I'm sitting. First of all, I don't want on any day to stare at men's balls walking down a runway. I don't.
no.
And secondly, I am not. Thank you, weight not, but I'm still not at the weight class
Yeah.
where anything that these Nancys are going to wear is going to fit me.
Righto.
But I'm trapped.
Can't get away
I'm
now.
trapped.
In
And
spite
then I
of
will
your
tell
seating.
you, so they start the fashion show. They start walking
sucks.
down the runway. And I'm not going to get up because I'd be the only one that was getting
And
up.
it's just balls.
Oh,
And then-
you would really be labeled so hateful if you
Right.
said, "I'm not looking at men."
Exactly.
Goodbye.
And then I look over and these men were gorgeous.
Wow.
And I said, okay, I'm all in. Let's take a look at these, especially one guy with shoulder-length hair. He was dreaming.
Hi, we're your weather
It
girl.
was
It
amazing.
was raining men.
Yeah.
But I tell you, I did notice one thing. That the skinny suit is alive and well. I mean,
Yes.
that's what
Yeah.
these guys wear.
Just fine if you're skinny.
But that it also made me realize that the Emmy Awards and Hollywood skinny is not runway skinny necessarily for these local.
How do they
look
compare?
like they were. These guys look like they were professional, like New York model guys.
Right.
Okay.
And if it's the Galleria, they probably were.
Shipped them in, yeah.
But I was so disappointed. I mean, they said, "Welcome to the menswear collection." I went. Because
And
there I am sitting there all by myself, and it's like, hello, hello, gorgeous.
Would the mic before wait not run to the food court after that? Because that is just
Did that make you want to eat?
The mic before wait not would not have been in that
situation.
I wouldn't have
Right,
stayed.
right.
I
Well, good
was
for
just
you. See, it's opening new doors.
because I'm losing weight. I decided I'd look at some fashion.
Back doors.
Okay. Very smart.
But I mean, there's still nothing. I still have a
Did
long
you get
way
any
to go.
ideas from what they were wearing?
No, I guess get on the goddamn treadmill.
No. I mean, not like
lose,
that.
Lose 75 more pounds.
Did you see any
That's right.
like outfits that could be adaptable to say men of our
Yeah,
build?
there were some standard gray
Regular.
business suits. I have a theory about fashion, men's fashion, dress up.
Okay.
Dress up men's fashion.
Dress up?
Dress up.
Do you like to play dress
I
up?
have yes, I do.
Yeah.
And my mother's makeup. No.
Oh,
Dress up time is, standard. Blue gray,
right.
Yeah,
pinstripe.
black. Yeah.
That's what I'm all
Don't
about.
get complicated.
Don't get ridiculous.
What
We're
about
gonna
an
put out
occasional piece of like a wild tie?
something. Nah, that's
To-
you.
to-
That's you, Liberace. I
I'm
know
just
you
wondering.
like to wear Rob Light. That's why you're going to wear your white thing and do your thing and wear your,
Yeah, because I'm going to give the people what they want.
Yeah,
Mike.
well, you
That's
know
right.
what?
They're
I
clamoring
think,
for it.
Frankly, Mr. Repeat Business, I
Yes.
think I would go for something different.
Bought a new tie.
Yeah, but I mean, I would go for something
I did.
different to give them. It's going to be West Coast. We're going to have to talk about this.
All right,
Yes.
good.
Because I know you want to come out in the exact same outfit. But
What
that's
did I
you-
just say?
That's what, well, the
Did I
tie,
just say a
the
new
tie
tie?
doesn't make a difference.
It does make a difference.
Does not make
It
a
does
difference.
make a difference.
You're giving the people in Reno exactly what you gave them at the State Theater.
No, it's
in
not
Falls
exactly
Church.
the same. It's different.
It's a skinnier Rob.
It's a skinnier Rob.
It is?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think Rob would look great in a suit.
Just a regular suit.
I
not a
think if
tux,
we
but a
all were
regular
doing
suit.
the Rat Pack thing, it might be a very cool thing.
You
to
really
do.
only wear suits on stage on Sunday.
What do you mean?
That's tradition.
what?
You wear a tux on every night except Sunday because Sunday's closing
That's
night.
1963.
It's still
true.
tradition.
Letterman.
Letterman is Letterman. You're
Leno?
not, that's not Vegas. You
We'll talk
just
about
said
it later.
Vegas.
This is a segment.
All right. This is a and
friggin'
this,
segment.
This is a segment as
You
well.
know
it's
what's
a
also
friggin'
tradition?
segment.
Working 40-hour weeks.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And some people carry on the tradition of being an asshole.
Women not
Many
voting.
years of pride. So proud.
Write that down.
Yeah, write that down.
Phone calls for a dime. Were a
Rob
tradition.
Spiewak, Mark Ronick, men with kids. All right. Anyway, that's what it is.
You have children?
I do.
Beautiful
but
children.
Yes, but I was smart enough to.
They're grown.
No, I'm not.
What?
Gonna say that. No, that's terrible. Oh, that's
They're
terrible.
all
That
grown
was
up.
almost a very slippery slope, Mr. Scott.
careful there, Mr. Romero.
So
Yours are older.
the fashion show ended. I walked away. I was depressed. The next day,
Yes.
Carl and I we went off to Jimmy's, and Jimmy told me to come over for his tailgate party.
How did it sound when he said it?
He said it sounded like it'd be a great day at Jimmy's.
No, but I mean his voice.
Well, I'll tell you there because he gets on the microphone.
Oh, good.
He gets on the microphone.
Of course.
Hello, Buffalo. How are you? Real excited to have everybody here.
Jimmy Cerrito.
We're here. We're here at Jimmy's.
We love you, Jimmy.
Sorry, the Bills lost. Wait, do you have to throw that in for your buddy? Like I needed that. Like I needed a hey, Mr. Happy's here. Mr.
Hey.
Positive.
Jimmy would
back
be-
in the room. When do you go back to Tampa?
In about 3 hours.
Yes.
Make it
All right.
two.
Anyway,
Because up to that point, Jimmy thought we hated him.
Jimmy,
So now that's clear.
Right.
might make funny. I don't like. I like it. I'm RJ. Anyway,
Hey, that's great.
Anyway, we get there, and I thought this would be a few folks. I knew he had the alley open.
Right.
It is packed.
Slammed.
I'm talking
Awesome.
wall to wall Buffalo jerseys.
I wonder if
Jimmy.
He has got every. I swear to God, he has every citizen that is transplanted from Buffalo that lives down here.
Yeah.
Came to Jimmy's. All right, you know the alley, right?
Sure.
You know
Yes,
Jimmy's
very
alley.
well, yes.
Okay, picture the very back of the alley from one side to the other with chairs set up. Packed.
Wow.
Like a movie theater, like an amphitheater
That's awesome.
with Buffalo jerseys. The entire alleyway, it's widened out. He's got another TV set up, wall to wall Buffalo jerseys. Buffalo jerseys on the bottom floor where we've been. You know how we've had great crowds there?
Yeah.
Multiply it by 3.
Wow.
That's how many
He
people
is
was.
the official Buffalo bar for
He's
this
the king.
entire
He's the official
district.
Buffalo guy.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Mr. Ranger. And it was mind-boggling, and I will tell you, a little intimidated.
Why?
I just intimidated. I'm used to going to Jimmy's, and it's like, it's my Cheers.
Friendly
Relax,
hang.
yeah.
This was a foreign
Serious
thing.
business?
Completely serious.
Was it
business.
awkward when the fashion show started at Jimmy's?
It was well. What was awkward is I got there. I think it was 21-14, and then the New England Patriots went on a run like you would not believe,
Right.
and just crushed Buffalo. And so Jimmy felt it necessary. Well, we all stick together. We always stick together. Buffalo
Positive.
fans, thanks for coming. Doesn't take away from the cooperating weather. And it was Jimmy on that microphone all
How many
day,
times did
being
he-
Jimmy, the host with the most. It
How
was
many
great.
times did he say, and Mike O'Mara is here?
No, he didn't do that.
Really?
He did.
Because
He honored
I
that.
love that
You
when
know
he
what
does
he did?
that.
He's so cool cool about it. And sometimes when I just kind of want to, hey, this is your day, it's your Buffalo, you don't need me or anything like that. He gave us a beautiful plug for the show.
Oh, how nice.
And
That's all you need.
And he didn't even mention that I was there, and I had a great time.
I'd like to echo what RJ said. We love you, Jimmy.
I love Jimmy. Jimmy's my best friend.
that's
Jimmy,
why I said
seriously,
it.
I
Jimmy
don't
is
know.
one of my best friends. There's
Yeah,
no
he's a good
question
guy.
about it.
You know-
But I love doing that. Here we go.
Stick together.
If he's having such a following, maybe we should designate someone on the show to become a Buffalo fan.
I think that might be a great idea.
that make
But
sense?
I say Buzz.
Buzz Burbank,
I'd be-
Buffalo fan.
I'm in. I'll do it.
Follow the Bills.
The number one Buffalo fan in America.
We will take a break. When we come back, it's more fun and more thrills. Rob went to the amusement park yesterday, and then we'll get to our roundtable about Arnold.
All day.
Theories on him. We'll be right back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey everybody! Our second spot is the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by the Amazon page.
Yay!
Your spooktacular Halloween headquarters.
You know what,
endorsed
Jimmy?
by Jimmy Cerrito.
Jimmy, when we go to the Amazon page as a show, we like to stick together.
That's right. Stick together, Buffalo fans. Costumes, decorations, candy. It powers the show when you shop through the Amazon link on our website.
You gonna do anything for Halloween at your bar, Jimmy?
I'm going to dress up as a Buffalo Bill. The banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
That'd be a great costume.
/Amazon takes you straight to your account, and we get the credit.
Costumes, everything.
Save money and support the show.
You know what you could dress up as?
What?
A buffalo wing.
When you shop through MikeO'MaraShow.com. He's so wonderful.
The best.
He's such
He is.
a great friend. He says to me, I've been leaving you alone because I know you were on Wait Not. How cool is
That's
he?
awesome. That's
He's
awesome.
the best.
Very
All right,
sweet.
I saw the glorious, happy pictures of
It
you.
was such a great weekend, not just for me, but I have to.
It was a polyamory weekend at King's
Yes, it
Dominion.
was.
Yes.
It was.
With you and let me see, it was you, the girl that your daughter's best friends. With,
Katie.
Katie, Robert,
Right.
and then the adults were
Right.
invited to play.
Right, of course.
Right. It was who?
It was myself. It was
Yeah.
my wife, Carrie Spiewak, who
Right.
I've been married to for some time now.
Right.
John and Jess. Remember John, who fell down?
Yes.
Yes. And also
that's right.
Suzanne and Ben.
Right.
And Suzanne's daughter, her name escapes me right now, and her nephew.
But Suzanne, who's a friend of my wife's and me,
Right.
also, she was not invited to the evening before, and I saw
No, it was the
one-
evening after.
Oh, the evening after.
Yes, the evening after.
You stayed
Saturday night. Yeah.
You stayed at a motel,
It was
Really?
Robert's
and
birthday.
I noticed that there was Rob
Yeah.
on the bed
Uh-huh.
with Carrie.
Yes.
Yeah.
and then the boyfriend of the polyamory thing happening.
No,
again.
look. This is this. You
Devil's
are not the
Freeway.
only one talking about this. Mike.
Yes.
Yes.
There's many things in this world that we don't understand.
Right.
One of them is global warming. I don't
Right.
think people really have.
No, we don't have a handle on that.
Real grasp on what that's all about.
Yes.
And there are times where I'm either talking to listeners or loved ones in my immediate life that say, "What is going on with those couples?"
Right.
And I say, "Look, I think Rob's just living the dream, man. I don't know
That's right.
what's
Yeah.
happening."
It's great.
It really,
great.
This seems like it's not natural.
Exactly. Which is why I applaud it.
But there's never been anything more beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can say that, not to the outside eye.
No, well,
That's
you see,
for
what
sure.
happened
love
is-
between two people is a beautiful
All right,
thing.
what was the
love between
arrangements?
4 people.
How
Wonderful.
many? First of all, what do you? Please tell me you got more than one motel
Oh
room.
God, yeah. We
I
actually
mean, there
went
was
to-
there was another girl from another family that was involved.
Robert's
with this.
birthday. Robert, I said, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" He said, "I want to do King's Dominion, but I want to get a hotel room." So we're there. when
Robert
it
said
opens.
That.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
So the 6 of us, Jabril was there too, and I got a great story about Jabril. I hope we can get to it. We went down. There were 6 of us. We went down Friday night. Okay, me and Carrie, my 2 kids and their best friends. We took a room Friday night so we could be at King's Dominion when the doors opened.
So
at
you
10.
were there Friday and Saturday night.
Yes, and we stayed at
You
King's
spent
Dominion
the whole weekend
in Doswell. It was fantastic.
Oh God!
And we did King's
what right
Dominion-
off the highway?
There's if you go across the street from King's
Yeah,
Dominion.
there's that
there's
motel.
3 fabulous motels.
Oh, my
We were at the La
God.
You'd
Quinta
rather
Inn.
die than do
You
that.
literally you stayed at a truck stop for the whole weekend.
That's what my boy wanted. That's what he wanted for his birthday.
Good Lord! Wow.
And so we stayed at King's Dominion from
now
about
hold
10
on just
a.m.
a second.
Okay.
When he says this, when he says that's what my boy wanted, do not. He does not give his boy what he wants if he doesn't want the same
No,
thing.
I love theme parks. Are you
He
kidding?
wants to be there. So you were there.
From 10 a.m. till about 9.
What do you do when you get down?
No, 8. I'm sorry, 8.
All right,
Still.
do me a favor. I know you want to tell the Jabril story.
It's
but
great.
You've told a million Jabril stories, and frankly, he's your family's scapegoat.
He almost
That's
died.
what he is. He
Actually-
takes the heat off you and your family. I want to know what you did on Friday night in Doswell.
In Doswell?
What do you do when you roll up? First of all, what time did you arrive?
We left my house at like 7
So
because
you
I had to
left
do my
late.
music show, and
All
so
right.
we had to get out. So we got there at like 9:30. We had
Okay.
stopped at McDonald's. I bought some beer because I was ready for it by the
Attaboy.
time I got there.
All right, so you had a normal
Yeah, and
Friday
we
night.
had
at
a couple
the hotel.
road sodas.
We had 2 queen size beds and the pull out sofa. So the
Right.
boys are in the pull out.
Right.
The 2 girls are in the queen size bed, and Carrie and I are in a queen size bed.
So you've got the whole family in the
Yeah,
one
and
room?
there's really not room to walk around.
Oh, wait a minute. The whole Spiewak family was in one room?
One room,
Jesus.
6
Like the
people,
Waltons.
What's that?
They're
6
kinda like the
people,
old
4
time.
kids, 2 grown-ups.
Wow.
What's wow?
I don't know. I think you should have separate rooms.
No.
For the boys
But
and
no,
girls.
this is just the setup for the next night.
That's right.
Because
Right.
then
late thing.
that becomes a kid's room.
No,
And then the next
That's
night.
right. That's what it is.
You know.
Then the next day we met at the park, and then Jess and John and their
If
friend,
I'd known this, I could have done a whole hour on it.
our friend Brendan, they had another
Who's
room.
Brendan?
Brendan is their friend and a mutual friend of all of ours.
See the fellow with the beard?
Yes,
So he's entered into this
yes, he has.
sexual imbroglio.
Wow, an imbroglio.
I got it from
Imbroglio.
the Contender.
That's excellent.
Right.
So then they have their room downstairs. There's 3 of them in the room, and then the 6 of us in our room.
So you've got children and just walking around. This is such a bad message.
Yeah, because
for
they've
this
got an
organization.
adult
So much
room
potential.
downstairs
Right.
and a kids room upstairs.
It's a great message.
So what were the sleeping arrangements on the second night?
The second night was the 3 of them in their room, and then again the night repeated from us. It was all 6 of us in one room, and there was again pizza and beer and liquor.
Wow.
It was a great night.
Just amazing.
So there were,
Sounds a little-
three in
What
their
time
room.
did
Sounds
you
a little
go?
unnatural.
What time did you go to your bedroom on Saturday
For
or
the-
Saturday
Sunday
night-
morning?
for the last time.
Sunday morning, I stayed in my room. Thank you
Oh,
kindly.
so they came to your room?
Yes, for pizza and a recap of the day.
So what time did everybody leave your room?
It seems to me it was like 11:30.
11:30?
Yeah,
appropriate.
because we stayed at the park till 8:30.
Right.
It was very
Is
tired.
it hard to sleep with all those strange children in your own bedroom?
Not really, because the kids were out like lights because they went hard all day
All
at the park.
tuckered out.
And then I had had enough to drink that I
Was
fell
it
right
2
asleep.
twins?
No, 2. The kids don't even look alike. No, 2 queen size beds.
Right.
And the pull out bed.
Really?
Yes.
2 queen-size beds.
So
Is there a
when
wall in between the women
No,
and the men?
no.
Are the
it's
pools still
disgusting,
open?
Rob.
Yes. Oh, and they did the pools. They did the
Oh, they
pools.
must have
No,
cleared it out.
no. I'm sorry. No,
That
they didn't
is
do water
dis-
park at King's Dominion.
No, but
They're-
the pool's in the hotel.
Yeah, the inside pool.
Still
They did
open.
that. Robert was up at 6 in the morning. He come back up and he's been in the pool. He says, "Dad, there's a hot tub." He's like, "I have fun."
Whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And it's
well,
great that the kids are old enough that they can sort of run and terrorize the
If
hotel.
that's
now.
the way you choose to live your life, there's no, I can't change anything.
There's a lot of
so
holes in the
don't
story.
judge.
I'm not going to judge at all.
Yeah,
but
good.
what about Jabril? What happened with Jabril?
What was great is I did not know this, and Carrie and I were both under the impression that we had taken Jabril to a theme park before. We've taken him everywhere else,
Yeah.
Right.
but we had never been to a theme park.
I thought
And
he'd done some of those King's
Yeah.
Dominion.
that's what I
junkets with
thought
you.
too, and maybe he doesn't remember. But he said no. And when we got there, the first ride we rode was called the Backlot Stunt Coaster. It's a great roller coaster,
Mm-hmm.
and Jabril got on, and we realized about halfway through, Jabril realized it, I should say, he doesn't like thrill rides.
Oh dear.
And he was really not enjoying
Tears?
it. Yeah, no, just very tense and lots and lots of
petrified.
questions.
Yeah.
And I would have thought this would have
He's a
come up.
ball of silly putty.
No,
isn't
it's not his fault.
What?
He survived famine and civil war.
And
Why would he
pirates.
risk his life
And
on a
pirates.
ride in the States?
Yeah, and you know what? He
Did he
survived
really survive
risk his
famine and
life.
civil war?
famine and civil war just in the hotel
in
room. Mike.
Somalia.
Oh, yeah, that.
Is that true?
Yes.
Or are you making that up?
No, that's what happens in that country.
Well, I know that's what happens
It
in that
never
country,
really-
but he might have had like
He
he might have come
It
from
never-
the,
yeah, it never-
he might have come from the
good part.
Rodeo Drive of
Yeah.
Somalia.
I think
Warlord-
that
Warlord
maybe
Lane?
maybe his parents might have survived famine. I think mostly he just took a boat over.
tell you, I've looked at that kid a lot. He does not look like famine.
No,
He's making
Mike.
it for a long
If anything, he survived famine and he's defeated it,
Conquered it.
Yes.
So he didn't like thrill rides.
So the rest of the day, he would get close to doing certain rides, and then he'd sort of back out. The closest we got is I said, Jabril, this is not even a thrill ride. This is fun. This is the log flume. You're going to get in a boat.
My all-time favorite.
Great ride. It looks like
Traditional,
a looks like a
my
log,
splashes.
and you're going to get in, and there's just this one drop here. And he watched it, and he watched people. He says, okay, I think I can do it. I said, okay, I tell you what, you and I will ride together. I'll be with you the whole time.
You're a good father to that boy.
And walked him through and went through, and a couple went in front of us, and we finally got up, and he says, I don't think I can do it, Mr. Rob. Let these people go in front of us. Ooh. And I said, okay, so I believe the next car was John and Julia. They got in one and they did it. I said, okay, great. He said, let's go, Jabril. We're up. He says, not yet. One more in front of us. I said, okay. And then it was Brendan and Robert. They went. And he said, finally, I can't do it. Something will go wrong. I said, Jabril, this ride has been here 40 years. I rode this ride 35 years ago. Nothing ever goes wrong. It's solid as a rock. He says, if it's been here 40 years, it's ready to break down.
That's right. He's very smart.
He's got a point there.
And I
Very
said, so you really can't do it? He says, no. And I said, okay, you go ahead back.
Mr. Speedwagon, let me explain to you about corrosion.
And so...
and statistics.
So I said, I'm not going to make you do it. I really think you'd like it, but I'm not going to make you do it. He says, okay, I'll go back. And I said, good, I'm going to ride it because that was my last thing. I said, maybe if he sees me get in.
Right.
So I get in the boat and he walks back. I said, well, all right, I'll ride it and we'll be done. And you have the little hydraulic things that advance the logs. So I get to my first snort and I advance and I'm ready to go. And I look up and I see that the conveyor belt that takes you up to the top has stopped. And I look, and the water coming down the drop has stopped. And the fat, redheaded lady comes and says, sir, you're going to have to get out of your log. And I said, why? She says, the ride is experiencing some difficulties. And I said,
that means Jabril's got the sixth sense.
That's right.
but that's not the best part about it.
Smart
Is
young man.
I realize that somewhere between the two lifts, because there's the first lift that takes you up and then the second lift that takes you to the drop, Robert and Brendan are still up there in a log.
Oh,
Wow.
And they're caught up there on the flume.
And suddenly you flash forward to the news.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
What did this have to do with Jabril? Did he just had ESP?
well, the fact that the last thing he said before he went on, he said something could go wrong with this ride.
it
could
might have
break.
been a really traumatic day for him if he had been on that.
And the other
log.
thing is that, remember, the 3 logs that were stuck up there were all supposed to be me and Jabril, but he let people go in front of us.
Speaking of logs,
Yes.
when you have that many people in a hotel room,
Yes.
all right, we have to take a break.
You're right.
We will come back with Rob's Magic Audio Vault right after this. I don't get it.
Are they still up there?
Yes.
Oh, did they fix it?
Robert and Brendan, don't break it. Robert and Brendan had to actually come down, and I've always wondered about these when you're on a roller coaster. The little steps they build beside the lift.
They had to walk down. That was
Yeah, and what
That's
happened
scary.
is Robert and Brendan, the guys that stake up there, they just make sure you're not standing up and rocking the boat. They said, you're going to have to get out, but don't get out yet. And said, okay. And then maintenance came and they said, we're going to get you out of there. You're going to have to get out, but don't get out yet.
Did it work for the rest of the day?
And then, no, it never got fixed. They had to wait until supervisors and ties came and escorted them out and walked them down.
40
Yeah.
years
You
ride.
are an amusement park movie.
It was horrible.
All right, Carrie, the supervisors and ties are coming. We'll take a break. Come right back with the audio vault right after this.
And all that counts is here and
Oh, I love you, you big melon head. That's for sure. Welcome back to Rob's Magic Audio Vault, brought to you by Smart Smoke, the premium e-cigarette. Smart Smoke has the nicotine you crave, but without tar, odor, secondhand smoke, or carcinogens. With same-day shipping and a money-back guarantee, Smart Smoke is the smarter alternative to tobacco, and it costs 80% less than traditional tobacco products. And try the new Omega 2. It's got a heavy-duty design, up to 14 hours of battery life. To see all the styles, flavors, and strengths, and to order refills, just click the Smart Smoke ad on our website. Let's open it up for the first day of Rocktober, everybody.
Love Rocktober, and I think everyone was dazzled by the wonderful and very even-handed performance we got from Arnold Schwarzenegger on 60 Minutes last night.
My God, was it strange.
Really weird it almost was
Totally
like on
weird.
the outside looking in, wasn't it?
Weird in that when he talked about his personal life, he was so completely out of water. He didn't know how to do it, and you realize that these politicians, actors, whatever, they're so insulated that they don't have to be human, and I did not see any humanity, really.
No, I didn't see any.
Saw no remorse. None whatsoever.
Before we get to any of the stuff about the affair, and that was the bulk of the interview, 2 things that I found fascinating: that when he was a young boy in Austria and was cutting out photos of other bodybuilders,
Oh,
his mother was concerned
that he was gay.
that his mother thought he was gay.
My mother looked at that and she was just so depressed.
So she called in the family doctor.
I don't know if this
How Austrian can you get that
Yeah.
you call in a doctor to cure gayness?
Doctor, I feel that Arnold has the pictures of the men with the muscles up on the wall.
More on that in a
wrong
minute.
with my son because, look at this.
Because he likes naked men?
Is full of naked men. Doctor, can you help me? Because all of Arnold's friends, they have pictures of girls. And look at this picture over there with the naked, with this thing sticking out.
She thought you were
Doctor, well, I don't know if she thought that it was gay or if she just thought that there was something off. And let's catch it early.
Let's catch it early.
The governor of California.
That's right.
That's right.
Duly elected.
That's right. And also, I like the fact that the governor of California, that's a guy who's running a state bigger than most countries.
Right.
Had the idea that when he had a flawed heart valve, he was
Yeah.
going to get it fixed in secret.
Yeah.
This is his master
He
plan.
wasn't going to tell anybody.
This has all the earmarks of a great Arnold Schwarzenegger script.
When you told your doctor you weren't going to tell your wife, he couldn't believe it.
He says, your wife is pregnant. What are you talking about? You're not going to tell her. I said, no, here's the plan. I said, I'm going to have the heart surgery. You do it quietly.
Here's the plan.
Serial
Yeah,
deceiver.
this really is.
No, yeah, he is a serious. He's just a.
Maybe
he's
he
a
gets
sneak.
off on it.
He's a sneaky dude.
Could
be.
His own
Okay,
way,
That's
yeah.
what he is. He's sneaky.
Here's
dude.
more about his secret heart surgery.
No one knows about it. We do it at 6 in the morning.
We do it at 6 in the morning. That's
When
that's
they
what the
normally
linchpin
do
of
it.
his plan.
But imagine the arrogance of the. Here's when you do it, doctor.
Yeah, you do it at 6 a.m.
This is when you do the surgery, doctor.
And then 4 days later, I'm out of here and I go down to Mexico. And I tell Maria, I said, look, I'm down here, a little busy, and I'm on vacation. And when I come back, I will be tanned. No one would know. And I said, Arnold, are you out of your mind? I said, you're going to have a big scar here in the chest. What do you mean your wife is not going to see the scar?
He's an idiot.
Let me just say this about Arnold after watching that. 'Cause you watch it, you know, through all the impression, my God, I've had so much fun impersonating him over the years. I will tell you, watching that, 2 inches from the television screen, watching him this morning on Good Morning America, watching Arnold on, and incidentally, Good Morning America, Rob, join the family.
Really?
Join the
Assimilate.
family. Light years ahead.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Light years
I
ahead.
will do it tomorrow.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, you take the accent, you take the achievements, you take everything, you subtract all that, and he is a despicable human being.
Sure.
He is an absolute piece of crap.
It's probably
He
one of
truly
the
is.
reasons why
sociopath.
one of the reasons he was able to excel at his 3 different careers is that if you don't have any morality attached to it,
Right.
you can really, really sort of shake off the stuff at the side and keep your eye on the prize.
And really being so, he's such a lowlife that he can't even fake it. And
Right.
and if anybody is not able to see beyond what he's doing right now, which is simply trying to resurrect his movie career,
Yeah.
Transparent, yeah.
I found that really at the end of the day, after the funny, because it's still you hear him,
Right.
and,
Yeah,
and
well,
I
his
think
voice
he's
is funny.
I think he's an amazing overachiever. He's a true, he is such a narcissist that he grabs anything he can get and he excels at it, and he'll work his ass off, and I admire
He has
hard
worked
work.
hard.
I truly do. But man, just when it got to the human things and when he was talking about the kids,
No guilt.
it's just,
Well, I'm glad you brought that
really,
up.
I didn't like
He's
it.
okay with it.
Here's Arnold realizing that his son was his son. And the fact
Oh,
is
that's all crap too.
Yeah, but this is his version of it. I love this.
Was he around the house?
I've seen him many times, yes.
You said he played with your kids when
That's
he was
right,
little.
yeah.
So now he's 7 or 8 and you take a look? Well, tell us.
No, I was just appeared to me there was something off that he started looking like me.
Again,
Yeah,
is
they're
something
kind of
off. That's
Listen,
a phrase he uses. Is something off.
People go out and have affairs for millions of different reasons and don't do what this dude did. This dude was so flipping arrogant. He was, look, movie stars and professional athletes in our world, they're our royalty.
Right.
They get their asses kissed so totally.
Politicians,
This
too.
was a man who thought he was so far above it all. That's why he did what
Of
he
course.
did.
Well, just quickly, Tom Arnold, and I mentioned this on the show in an interview. He basically said he used to go over there and be like, "That guy, you got to get that guy's DNA checked. He looks just like you."
exactly.
And then
Right.
he
And
said Arnold used to be like, "Shut up, man! What the hell are you doing?" And he's like, "Dude, I'm just saying. Look at that kid." And he just like walked by.
But that's when I kind
amazing.
of got it. That it was never discussed, but I mean, I put the things together here.
Did you ask her?
No, I didn't, but I felt like that I should take on the responsibility of taking care of him and her.
And another thing he's unapologetic about is that
God, we made him this massive movie star. We made him governor of California. He had muscles.
that's it.
That's
where
it.
it. That's where it started.
He was not apologetic that while he was dating Maria Shriver, he was also banging Brigitte Nielsen.
And he
You
smiled.
write that you had an affair with the actress in that movie. You cheated on Maria, and you were in your relationship. And you don't even write that you felt bad about it. You just write it.
Actually, I did feel bad about it, but I mean, all of my
later.
various different things, they were mistakes, and this is, my failure, my screw-ups.
Was that the only affair?
Writes it off.
No, I doubt this, but I mean, that's something that's obviously between Maria and me.
She knew.
Yeah,
So it's a recurring issue with you.
I'm not perfect.
He just was so weird about it.
Yeah, it
Well,
is
it was
weird.
so
That's
weird.
such a good word.
I felt.
You know what, Mike?
felt,
There's something off about it.
I felt played. I felt like he thinks he's gonna get. He might.
He's getting away with it.
He thinks he's getting away with it. It's just like he's just playing. I could hear him saying things like this. Most of the celebrities that behave badly, they have even bigger careers.
After.
like
Yes,
Paris Hilton.
that's right.
If I go on TV and I do this, I really swear to God, that's how he's thinking.
That's right. And here he is telling Maria about baby Joseph. Mike, his name is Joseph. the
Yeah,
child.
okay, this is to me the high point of the interview. Listen to the way he did this. This is weird.
That particular visit that you're talking about was the visit where she then said, hey, I think that Joseph is your kid.
Joseph.
And am I off here on this or not? And I said, you're absolutely correct. And I had to face up to that, which I have been kind of hiding, but no one knew about. And that I knew about at that point, maybe for 5-6 years or so.
He's absolutely correct.
You're absolutely correct.
Joseph.
He's just, I don't know.
What do you
I couldn't
think-
get my head around it.
Remorseless.
And,
I came away hating Arnold more than I ever thought I
Wow.
could.
I don't know if you can necessarily judge a woman if she's trying to keep her family together,
Right.
And she's got kids involved,
Right.
Yeah.
and it's so public, and the guy's the governor. It's
Right.
the whole thing. But there's got to be something in different people's DNA where they just tolerate this type of behavior.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Different strokes for different. There are plenty of
And
people.
keep
to
in
talk.
mind,
Yes.
she's a Kennedy.
Right.
She's
Right.
seen it before in her own family.
You
Yeah,
weigh,
right.
you weigh the pros and cons.
so, what was the breaking point? Was it just a child?
I would think that having a child for like 9 years living in your house,
Playing with your own kids.
that's your.
Also, do
your
you think it is that he's-
skank housekeeper?
Do you think it has to do with the fact that he was no longer governor?
Absolutely. The timing
Timing?
of it was, I don't think, for as mad as she was at him for so long, I don't think she wanted to derail his
scandal.
governorship.
Yeah.
And so she waited until the day he was no longer governor to say, okay, now, because of all this, I'm done.
But she was an accomplished journalist, and
Right.
everybody remembers her. She came
was
from
humiliated.
this big family, and everybody remembers when she took
Right.
up with Arnold. Everybody was like, "What?
What's
What?
up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Arnold had some good qualities. That's what I read.
Yeah,
yes.
true enough.
You know?
All right.
There are pictures of him, too.
I mean, really, there are pictures of him, and apparently, I think she makes a comment about it. That was
Not bad, yeah.
that was one of his big qualities.
Hey, now.
All right, well, let's close the book on Arnold for now.
right, we gotta wrap it up.
We'll
Gotta
get a lot
Done.
more from him as we go. I want to close with an Australian news program. They were doing a story about Qantas Airlines. It's Qantas, right?
Qantas, yes.
But there's a slip of the tongue, and a woman says a word that you must never say on TV. It's a word I never say when referring to women.
Okay.
It's a word that starts with C.
Really?
So I don't want to over-explain.
Sometimes it just spills out.
Wow.
I just want to let you know what she says because it makes the tape so much funnier. Let's go to Australia.
And we're being told fair discounting is as aggressive as it's ever been. Virgin's targeting key corporate routes, hoping to win over Qantas customers. Well, it means cheaper travel for us. It's likely to be bad news for the airlines.
That web address you'll need is youtube.com. No, be immature. It's great for us. It's an
Play for the
accident,
beginning.
but we will
I want to hear it
know.
again for the beginning because I love the way she breaks up.
All right.
That
We're
is
being
so real.
And we're being told fair discounting is as aggressive as it's ever been. Virgin's targeting key corporate routes, hoping to win over Qantas customers. Well, it means cheaper travel for us. It's likely to be bad news for the airlines.
That web address you'll need is youtube.com.
Do not be immature.
No, be immature. It's great for us. It's an accident, but we will milk it. Carrie, please. I can't wait to hear the next one.
And that, Mike, that is your Magic Audio Vault.
I do love the Aussies. We'll take a break, come back with Buzz and News right after this, everybody. Oh, the language is funny, isn't it?
It's a funny thing.
I hope that things like that make us looser about language. Maybe incidents like that will make us less uptight about words.
Not my house. All right, it's news time, everybody. Here he is, the man, the legend. Take it away, Buzz. We're running short on time, so here's Buzz to get all his news.
I'll be quick about it. We're brought to you by Dick Queasy's T-shirts. Tell the world about the best discarded seafood in town with the official Dick Queasy's T-shirt, made from 100% heavy-duty cotton with that authentic smell you'll only find at Queasy's.
Tomorrow, postponed from today. Tomorrow we will have. I'll give it to you real quick. Tomorrow we're going to have samples from our top 3 bands also on the program. The bands, they're going to be. They're on YouTube already, so I'll announce them to you. It's All in a Day, The Speaks, and Decoy. Are our top 3 bands. We're going to have samples of those for you, and coming up this week, I think we're going to have the big wiener.
The selection process, Mike.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
And then we will choose them for Joseph.
Yep.
And get your T-shirts while you can at dickqueasys.com. Bacon shrinks when you cook it. Apparently, so do scares about bacon. Mike and Rob were skeptical about the reports about a worldwide bacon shortage, while Oscar and I believed the reports based on the drought that had dried up the pig's food. Now that the facts have settled out, it turns out both sides were kind of right. Bacon prices will go up in the coming year because of this summer's drought by about 10% probably, but there won't, according to the American Farm Bureau, be any kind of a life-changing shortage. Good news, no bacon shortage.
Yay!
See, Mike, what'd I tell you?
Nice.
Good stuff, bacon.
It was overhyped.
I love bacon.
Speaking of shrinkage.
Haven't had any bacon in a month.
Yeah. How about bacon grease?
Nope.
It's also prohibited on Weight Not.
No.
Speaking of shrinkage, American men are not as well endowed as we'd like to think. A new study of junk size conducted by a professor who wanted to look into racial stereotypes.
At the Elston Institute.
He wanted to look into racial stereotypes. He found stereotypes are generally true.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it.
By his count,
I watch porn.
By his count, the U.S. ranks 96th among 116 countries for the size of its manhood.
Really?
The Irish professor found that in his country and the U.S., the average is just over 5 inches when we're at our best.
Really?
Yes.
That tiny?
That's correct.
Wow.
Did you see any of that at the fashion show?
No, I didn't. No, quite the opposite.
Good for you.
Thank you.
The
Galleria.
The Congo, meanwhile, measured an average size of just over 7 inches, with Ecuador, Colombia, and Venezuela in that same neighborhood.
Wow.
But also near the top of the list, Iceland.
Really?
Lebanon.
Iceland?
Yeah, I was surprised by that. Iceland, Lebanon, and the Sudan are also at the top of that list. But also true to stereotype, men of Asian and South Pacific countries ranked with the smallest endowments, with both Koreas, North and South Korea, averaging 3.8 inches.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Not easy being Kim Jong-il.
I was going to say, if you
averaging what?
3.8 inches.
So if you actually do it Gangnam style, it usually involves an apology.
Well said.
That is a good line.
Now, the U.S. is not exactly becoming a singles bar, but for the first time ever, fewer than 50% of our homes are made up of married couples. The number of households married with children down to 20%.
Really?
That's a 24% drop. Those homes are now outnumbered by one-person households. Here's something else that's changed in modern times, our feelings about love and politics.
Feelings.
There was a time,
Nothing more than feelings, Mike.
just a few decades ago, that only 5% of Americans considered opposite political views a romantic deal breaker.
I have a challenge for you. I just thought of it.
What's that?
It's October 1st.
Yes.
You should come up with a fall music montage. Do you have a fall one?
Fall one? I don't.
Like leaves, fall, all that stuff?
I will do it.
Do you think it's doable?
I will do it. I will have it for
Just
you shortly.
popped into my brain.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm great at thinking of other things people can do.
So just a few decades ago, only 5% of Americans thought politics was a deal breaker romantically. Today, reflecting the increased division in our country, that number is up to more than 50%.
That's sad.
Interestingly,
right?
Yes, it is. The survey, the dating site It's Just Lunch, found that a slight majority of men thought political difference might actually make a relationship a little hotter.
Really?
Having that conflict.
Wow.
Despite recent gains by the president, polls show the election to remain close going into this week's debate. Although Obama leads by nearly 10 points in the swing states, his national lead is still just 2%, very much within that margin.
Well,
of error.
that'll never change, right? The
Probably
national
not.
lead? Yeah.
Probably not. And while both sides downplay their candidates' debating skills ahead of Wednesday night's face-off, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie says, and I quote, This whole race is going to be turned upside down come Thursday morning.
Did you see?
Will he be right?
Did you see the clip of him being interviewed? I really thought they were having the same trouble that we had with our cameras, because he is so flippin' wide.
Yeah, he's gotten bigger, hasn't he?
He really has.
Yeah, he's gotten bigger, and he's doing the exact thing they didn't want anybody to do, which is to raise expectations.
Well, he's doing what he wants to. He wants to set himself up for 2016.
Exactly.
That's right. And also, no more shoulder pads, Governor.
Mm-hmm. But even Fox News cannot get an answer out of Romney's running mate about their tax plan. Ryan was asked about it 4 times on Fox News Sunday and ultimately refused to answer, saying, quote, "It would take too long." Late last week, Romney appeared to change his position and warned voters his plan wouldn't so much lower taxes as it would make changes in the tax system. California has made it illegal. Going back to a topic earlier in this show, California has made it illegal to try to counsel the gay out of apparently gay minors.
It would take too long.
Governor Brown signed the bill Saturday. Supporters of the law say those therapies have driven young people to depression and even suicide in some cases.
That's where they get together, and it's usually church groups that say, we're going to send you to a camp.
Coach it out of you. Yeah, exactly.
I also think that, it's important, this is my feeling on it, and this might be controversial, to be mindful of how early someone determines their sexuality.
Right.
If you hear youngsters saying, sometimes they're influenced by outside things. I think really, like sexual maturity for heterosexuals, it's the same thing. You have to wait to, I think, a lot of people say, I knew I was gay when I was 5 years old. Well, that might be true.
Right.
But I think we have to be aware of that.
So tired of you telling me that, Mike.
And sending adults to a camp
right.
to brainwash it out of them doesn't make any sense.
But this was specifically for kids under 18. Parents can no longer send their kids to anti-gay camp.
Is that like the thing that Mark and Lowell did?
Yeah, it must be.
Was that an anti-gay camp, that sex camp?
But
I'm not good on all the details.
Anti-gay camp.
Some 15-year-old boys find themselves attracted to their pillow. You never know.
I was attracted to my blanket.
Exactly. There's a perfect example. A new
and then you go and stand it back up in the corner.
Nasty.
It stood up by itself.
So
a new aspect of healthcare reform kicks in today, one that punishes hospitals for releasing patients before they're ready by fining those hospitals if you are readmitted within 30 days of your release.
30 days.
Interesting.
That's good. Who can argue with that?
Finally, crooks are still stupid, but Florida crooks are still stupider.
Here we go.
I like it.
Just outside of Orlando, 2 men allegedly stole $30,000 worth of electronics from homes and cars.
Oh, like me.
Yeah. Watch out.
I hate those people.
Well, so far so good for the crooks, right? But some electronics, as you know, contain GPS tracking devices, and that helped police locate the thieves. But the police didn't even need that kind of help, because the crooks also drove across front lawns and busted the head on a sprinkler, which created a mud hole from which they were unable to escape.
Yeah.
I'm Buzz Burbank on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Thank you very much, Buzz.
bet.
We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new one. Our show today brought to you by TLC Laser Eye Center.
Yay.
Can I just say personally thank you to everybody over at TLC
They're great.
for being so nice to me. And really, they're terrific. I recommend them highly. One of the best experiences of any medical visit I've ever had.
Beautiful.
It really was terrific. The TLC staff is friendly. I got that firsthand. Their equipment's state-of-the-art, and their lifetime commitment is huge. TLC has locations all over the nation. If you move, you're covered. If you'd like to schedule your free consultation and to see what you've been missing, they will give you all the details, folks. 877-TLC-2020. That's 877-TLC-2020, or find them online, tlcvision.com. Now through October 11th, TLC will donate $5 to the OGS Foundation for every completed laser vision correction consultation. Be sure to tell them you heard about TLC on the Mike O'Mara Show. TLC Laser Eye Center. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new one. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
5 inches.